she out and about with this man already?
Oh my God, yeah, kissing,
they've been
hugging,
running all around the UK right now.
interviews. They're all over the place.
I saw them in Orlando together.
And what did you think?
Your
about it
eyes
in
laid
person?
eyes on them?
He's hot.
Yeah.
First of all, he is hot.
Mm-hmm.
Second off, she's happy as can be.
Mm.
The other thing that we have to give room for is that no matter where you are in your journey, you have the right in your 20s to be like, I'm a lesbian. And then a week later be like, I actually think I'm bisexual.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be like this.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're such a diva.
Yep.
Okay?
Yeah.
These are the times where
Yeah.
you experiment, where
Yep.
you get out there and you date and you figure out who you are, because the last thing you want is to wake up at 45 and be like, hold a minute, I thought I was some way.
Yeah.
And I've told people this whole time that I was this and now I'm that. This is what you do in your 20s.
Yep.
She's living.
Yeah.
She's John
Yeah.
Mayer. She's the lesbian John Mayer.
She's
figuring it out.
She's 22.
Yeah.
She just turned 22.
And especially like being who she was, where she was like bows were thrown on her all the time and she had to be like a kid up until she turned 21.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I props to her for like experimenting and doing her thing. Like, I think
Yeah.
I think it's more so like people are like, oh man, like I think she cheated on her partner on Big Brother. But then you're like, okay, well, they're happy together now. Like they're
Yeah.
actually dating now.
Exactly. And by the way, I don't think anything in life is perfect. I don't think that people go through life and say, oh, I'm going to cheat on this person, X, Y, and Z. I'm going to do it right now. My whole thing is, like, I've been cheated on. Okay. And when I was cheated on, I said, you better end up with this bitch. Like, you better marry her. You better go the 9 yards. Like, you better go all the way with this person. Okay. Because if not, shame on you. But it is what it is. And do I think maybe she and Chris got a little like, up in the house? Probably so.
Yeah.
Probably so. But the Big Brother house is booby trapped. So I feel like if they had done it, there would have been a video that would have been leaked.
Oh,
Yeah,
100%.
for sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
I don't think they like crossed that line. I think it was more so.
Oh, we
more
watched they were
Yeah, I
very
think the
touchy.
word was maybe like disrespectful.
You know what?
Yeah.
Maybe she had an emotional situation.
Yes.
She got an emotional affair. But at this point, listen, again, at 21 years old, 22
Yeah.
years old, like, you're not meeting the person you're going to marry.
Right.
Let me just be real, especially if you're in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I want to say this. Don't be mad at me. Lesbians move fast. Okay? Lesbians, they move quick. I know a few of them.
I feel like we've seen people talk about this a lot.
Woo!
What do they call it? UPS?
No, they call it U-hauling.
U-hauling. Yeah.
They call it U-hauling.
U-hauling, UPS.
And I'm jealous for them because they get hot and they get heavy and they get intimate real fast. But that is because women get intimate. You know, think about your relationships. You guys are deeper. You drive the relationship. You want something. You want something real. You put two women together, and that's exactly what's going to happen. So
Yep.
they have
Yep.
more
That makes
meaningful
sense.
connections.
Gets deep fast.
Yeah.
I think she definitely, I think she probably was like, I think she was pushed into a box like for so much of her life, so that when she had the chance to break out of it, she was like, I'm breaking out of it as much as I can. And now she's like, okay, let's rein it back in a little bit and like let's test things out.
Yeah.
Right, she
see
had
how I
like a
feel.
little bit of like she was going through a phase, like she was dressing
Yeah.
like she was in Kiss, and then like
Yes.
Big Brother. So it's
Yes.
like she's just testing it all out.
I love her, and I think she is such a diva in the best way possible. I mean, she came in here for an interview. She was covered in dirt on purpose.
Yeah.
No.
Like she was in like
Yes.
a worker's fit.
She was
It
in
was
a-
a full costume. She had dirt all over her.
And let me tell you something now, sister. She had a blowout. The
Yes.
weave was down to here. The makeup was popping. That face was glowing. She's in a whole new era.
Yep.
We also have to remember, and I always say this to people, it's like, everyone's like, why do people have to put this out there? Why do people have to tell you all about blah, blah, blah? She's lived her life in front of the camera her whole life.
Whole life.
So when most girls are making out with their roommates in college, you know, she's just doing it on YouTube.
Yeah.
She's experimenting the way most girls experiment in college. We just don't know about it.
Yeah.
You know, we
Right.
know about it.
Yeah.
We know they made out, you
Yeah.
know, that one night after Singing Our Frogs or that one night at fucking Up and Down. But not everybody does. I love that she's just living her life out loud.
because she's used to it.